this week we have Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski. I don't even know how the hell you say his last name. That's why everybody calls him Coach K. Krzyzewski. Yeah.
Krzyzewski.
Thank you for
does
picking
not
up the
look
slack on that
anything like the way it sounds.
No. And
so
then,
weird.
so Coach K from Duke versus Jim Boeheim from Syracuse. So two legendary coaches, both old men now, but have had fantastic coaching careers. And obviously both guys that have an internal drive to win. So I think when you talk about these two guys fighting, there's a lot that needs to be discussed. Andy, how about you start us off?
Well, when thinking about this fight, like going into it, I was ready to go Boeheim right out of the gate. And I'm not saying that I can't be convinced to still move that way, but looking through the stats and everything, Coach K's got 5 championships. Jim Boeheim has 0. And also Coach K, he was an assistant coach on the Dream Team. I mean, he really, really knows. He coaches Team USA. Jim Boeheim has been an assistant coach on Team USA. So maybe that's something to consider going into this battle, is the relationship between the two of them. Because obviously they're ACC rivals. It hasn't been much of a rivalry in recent years or whatever, but obviously they are.
Though.
Yeah, I'm just
maybe not as far as national titles are concerned, but as far as head-to-head play, I mean, it's always a battle.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, they definitely always go really hard in both those games, but with K kind of being in a lot of ways the face of that conference, and with the fact that he is the head coach of Team USA and Boeheim is just an assistant Team USA coach, it almost feels to me like K is going to come in with having a mental upper hand on Boeheim.
See, I think that it's a real game respect game type scenario here. I think they both have respect for each other. And here's my go-to, and I'll tell you right now, and then I'm going to flip the script on what I always do is Jim Boeheim is 6'3". That's a pretty big dude. Coach K comes in at 5'10". So there's a height difference there.
A little bitch.
But here's the thing. And I also want to give a shout out to two guys, because when we were going through ideas, the reason that this kind of came about is two kids. One was my roommate. One lived next door, just very close friends for my first 2 years at Canisius. Kewan Harmon and Connor Tackley. Kewan is a huge Duke fan. Connor is a huge Syracuse fan, and they live together as well. And they would always go back and forth about this. And for whatever reason, I don't have a favorite college basketball team, but I would always take the side of Duke over Syracuse for the sole purpose that I hate Syracuse as a geographic location.
A lot of hills.
There's specifically Baldwinsville, New York.
Oh shit.
Calling out very specific location.
I cannot stand. I've never been there. I don't like it one bit. Not even
because
not
of the
even
actor Alec Baldwin?
No.
No.
It all started. That's a story.
He was at a Taco Bell in Baldwin.
No. Yeah. No, but so I'm very anti-Syracuse, which makes me not like this fight because you know that I'm a big size guy.
Mm-hmm.
Size matters.
Size matters. Size matters.
Yes.
Oh.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Shit.
5 inches is a big difference, guys.
That's what I've tried to, I've said the same thing for years.
So right away that makes me want to take Coach K.
Wait, Boeheim because of the size, you mean?
No.
Oh, you want to take...
That's why I'm saying I'm contradicting myself because I usually am so size-based, but I hate Syracuse.
Did Coach K, because I know Boeheim played for Syracuse, obviously when he was in college. Did Coach K play basketball?
Yes, Coach K went to West Point.
Okay.
So he played basketball there.
I hope you guys don't mind, but I need to look up these dudes.
No, look them up.
No, please do.
Reference.
That's why I'm probably more interested in Will's opinion than anybody else's because he doesn't know who they are. Also, I think what you're going to find here is that Jim Boeheim looks like Bernie Sanders' uncle.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
You know, like looks like he's ready to go. I don't know what the age difference is, but
Where's the battle taking place?
center court this Thursday.
But where?
Cameron
are we? I
Indoor
was gonna say,
or
are we at Cameron or
the
are we at the
Dome?
Carrier Dome? I think it would have to be a neutral location because the Cameron Crazies would obviously give Coach K an instant W.
Let's do it at
And the Dome is
let's do it at NU.
The Dome is the worst facility.
What
ever.
about you know how they like close off half the dome for like basketball games? The court is at midfield. 40,000 people in the dome. They don't close off any section.
I think we should. I think that
They try to do that. The one when they played Duke a few years ago.
They
try
tried to
have
sell
it
out
where,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why I hate the Carrier Dome. I think it looks like they're a basketball school. Syracuse is a basketball school.
Mm-hmm.
And they play in the fucking Carrier Dome. It drives me crazy because I think it looks so hideous.
They renovated it, but it's still
I
weird.
just mean
it's
like
just so much space.
Yeah, it's way too much space.
Yeah.
I think that they should fight in the blue gym. At Niagara Falls High
Dude,
School.
that's
Or
right.
Eric
Yeah.
Road.
Eric
That's where the
Road.
real
Yeah.
battles were hashed out.
So they're fighting in the blue gym.
What an amazing waste of money.
Does that
was.
change anybody's opinion?
If they're fighting in the blue gym?
I mean,
So if anybody doesn't know, this is like a gym that was built in like the early 2000s. It felt to me at the time like this is the latest gym technology. Like this was kind of the fad in
the
gyms.
floor was like rubber for some
Yeah.
The
reason.
whole room
Yeah.
was rubber. It was
Yeah.
all like synthetic gym stuff, and that was like, this is the future of gyms. And then,
And like, why?
well,
You know what I mean? Like,
just to be the future of gyms, I guess. And like the floor was
it's good
disgusting.
for your knees. Yeah, it helps take away some shock. I don't know if that's true. That's just
it
what I would
felt like
guess.
it, kind of.
Like it feels like it would take away some shock from like your feet.
Maybe.
But I don't know why you need that in an elementary school gym because I don't think any elementary school.
You weren't going hard enough.
Yeah, well, not even you weren't going hard enough. I don't think knee problems were your concern when you're ages 5 to 10.
True.
Hopefully not. But
Bad day. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
who knows?
Depends. If you're Jim Boeheim, he looks like he's had knee problems since he,
Oh, yeah.
got his driver's
one last
license.
statement before we go to Will is Jim Boeheim beta move. His son plays on the team. And I
Yeah.
hate that.
And his name's Buddy too.
Which, see,
What?
fuck you. If you have a son and
that's
you
a
want
dog's
him to,
name.
and you want him to be
Yeah,
good,
is your son
but
a
here's
golden
like you have a
retriever?
son. You're Jim Boeheim. You have a son.
Wait,
He's
Air Bud.
super
Air
famous.
Bud.
He
You're
thought
this-
that
yeah.
he was signing the dog Air Bud,
He's like,
but it was
oh,
actually
shit.
his son.
You're a super famous coach at like one of like the highest level of like amateur basketball, right? And so you know that your son is probably going to play basketball, and you know that he's probably going to be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck do you name him Buddy? And why do you take him on your team? Like if I was Jim Boeheim's son, I would have gone and played for Coach K at Duke and kicked my
Oh,
dad's
shit.
ass.
That would have been
You know what's
awesome.
Like the
funny,
fact that
imagine.
neither of them, the fact that they'd rather be together than apart is a double beta move because neither of them wants to be seen as less than the other one by losing to the other one. That's my opinion. On
True.
it.
True.
I don't know if it was Buddy because I think he has another son. I know he has a daughter who plays basketball. I don't know if it was Buddy and he transferred, but it's so funny that and I think it is another son because Buddy was like still a freshman. I think he has a son that plays for Cornell. So imagine your dad and your other brother are on the same team, and then you're stuck in Cornell, who
Yeah.
by no means is a basketball powerhouse. You're probably like he's probably gonna go on to like cure some disease or something. But you're stuck in Cornell in like a tiny little gym and no one gives a shit about you. And then your brother and your dad, like at Thanksgiving, they're like, dude, our team, man, like, oh, I remember we played in front of like 30,000 people. And then they're like, how's Cornell though? Basketball.
But you know the one thing he can't find a cure for? A father's disappointment.
Yeah, I was just.
And he seems disappointed.
I was.
And he is disappointed.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. I'm not going to say who or where, but they randomly like casually dropped like that their son was like trying to figure out what school he wanted to go to, and he was like, yeah, well, he already got accepted here, but I've been trying to get him to go to Cornell, like just casually like dropping that his son like got accepted to like a prestigious school. He's like, he might not go though. Like I just want him to go there so he can be closer to home, but he might go and like he might go to like Berkeley in California. I'm like, oh, so your son's just a genius.
Yeah.
I was a sports management major at Canisius College.
So
Yeah. So thanks
He'll end
for
up at
letting me
N
know.
Trip like everyone else.
Yeah, hey. What
True.
goes around comes around.
No shame. Thunderbolt for life.
Facts. Gotta represent.
Yeah, dude. That's where dreams go to survive.
Yeah, seriously. That's where dreams go to develop.
Yeah. That's where you go. Like, you go there with your dreams before you actually have them.
Yeah.
And then you have them, and then you lose them. That's what community college is. Like, you go there, you're like, I have aspirations. And then, like, after, like, 1 year, you're like, I don't have aspirations. That's what it's for.
Honestly.
Okay, well.
Now you've become intimately familiar with both these guys through a quick Google search.
So Coach K, right off the bat, he just looks a bit healthier.
Yeah.
Just with his hair.
Healthier.
I guess healthier is the best word. Hair-wise, yeah, he's still got some color. I see some liver spots on the back of his neck. So,
You're really zooming.
yeah, there's definitely some aging there.
Found an
But-
HD photo of both coaches.
What was the guy's name?
Jim.
Boeheim?
Yeah.
And I also like, though, that Will was like, I don't really know either of them. And we were like, yeah, we don't ever really know what's going on either. We just go straight. We put very little fact into, it's all personal preference. But usually mine's right, so I would just be careful when you make your decision.
But with Boeheim, just from looking at him, you can tell he's visibly older. His teeth do not look real, so I feel like he's not afraid of, biting into
He takes
somebody.
those top 4 out. So
True.
he's got a happy
Yeah.
wife. Buddy's mom is very happy.
Oh,
I feel like he wouldn't be afraid.
Mrs. B.
He wouldn't be afraid to crack those teeth on some bone. So
Yeah, he'll replace it.
And like you said, Coach K has 5 more rings than Boeheim. So I think Boeheim has something to prove. This is his last fight he's ever going to be in. It might be the end of his life
His
if he
first
goes
one
through
was the
it.
Civil
end of his
War.
life.
Yes.
And now
Yeah.
here he is.
The Revolutionary War,
He
the
survived
Spanish-American War.
Prohibition.
But
Um,
he is tall as hell.
But I think that's going to be Boeheim's one possible saving factor is just he's such an angry guy
Yeah.
that if he's just goes into a blind rage, then maybe he'll be able to take K down. But I
Ooh.
think that's his only hope.
Yeah, looking at Boeheim now, he definitely looks like an angry person. All the other pictures I was looking at was him smiling, but I feel like he's got his little violent side.
Oh, for sure.
Coach K,
He attacked.
Oh,
He
shit.
attacked that kid.
Yeah.
The kid who was
What
a
was that?
student. Not attacked, but
No,
verbally.
he's
Yeah,
definitely. My thing is, though, with Jim Boeheim is Syracuse has been known to play the same defense forever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right?
Zoned.
Yeah.
All about that.
And they've never strayed away from that. That's always been like their thing. Whereas I feel like Coach K has always been more, what's the word? Not like better with X's and O's, but like he's more strategic. Like he's willing to adapt depending on what suits his team best in order to win. And I think that gives him an advantage in this fight because I think that Boeheim is going to come in thinking this is the exact strategy that I want to use and I'm going to stick to it the whole time. Whereas Coach K is going to say he's going to be more adaptive. He's going to say, all right, I'm going to come in, I'm going to feel him out round 1, and then I'm going to go to a set plan based off of what I see.
True.
So I think that that's advantage. Also, just based on their ability to recruit alone, I think that says something about Coach K. I mean, Duke just breeds like top pick talent to the NBA, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care that his players use him
for 1
for
year.
1 year
Yeah,
because he just wants to win.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny because, like, over the last few years, I mean, Syracuse has been a little cold the last few years. But it's funny because, like, Kentucky and Duke are, like, known for having guys go there 1 year, they're out.
So many one and done.
Syracuse, like, because I'm, like, I used to be, like, way more invested in Syracuse basketball. Now I'm not so much. But I've noticed the last few years they have guys that try to do that, too. And then they leave and try to go to the NBA, and everyone's like, dude, we don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Like Tyler Lydon was like a forward for Syracuse. He left, played for the Utah Jazz for like a year, played for another team for like another year, and now he's gone. He's overseas, which is fine.
I feel
You
like
know what I mean? It's like they should. Well, that's a whole other topic. They shouldn't. Like some of these guys got to know.
I feel like, and I don't think it's intentional, I'm not making accusations like this towards Jim Boeheim, but Syracuse always has, like, an influx of like white shooters that they just like pump out onto the court that usually are not very good.
Well, they just like I feel like they have a lot of instances where somehow like every one of those guys will be cold on the same night and then they've got nothing. But they also have like a lot of what I've seen. They have like a history of like fifth-year seniors and stuff. Yeah, it's two guys that are completely different. The more we talk about it.
So with that being said,
I
think we should lock in. I'm gonna start first, and I'm gonna go with Coach K. I'm gonna take Duke. I'm gonna take Coach K. I'm gonna take the Cameron Crazies backing him. We're going all in. Fuck Syracuse. Fuck Baltimore.
Well, what I didn't explain is a core part of my mom's side of my family is from Syracuse. Avid Syracuse fans. I've been to two Syracuse basketball games. I went to New York City to see the Pinstripe Bowl when they beat West Virginia and Geno Smith, who's an absolute bitch. No. So I grew up liking Syracuse. Obviously, they had Paul Harris, Johnny Flynn, who were from our area.
A couple Niagara Falls guys.
Yeah, and they balled out. That was like my time when I used to watch them a lot. So I'm going to ride with Syracuse on this one. Well, Boeheim, because he's an angry fucker. He's huge. I don't know. Both coaches got the courts are named after them with the big fake autographs. That's pretty cool. But I'm taking Boeheim on the height advantage alone. I think he would just like Looney Tunes bonk Coach K on the head, where
or just hand on the forehead and Coach K
just palms his face, or like the thing where they hit him and their head goes into their torso. I think he would just bonk horny jail Coach K, and but I'm a good fence rider, so I could see either way. like I respect Coach K. A lot of people think it's funny that they sort of bitched out with COVID because they
they did. They absolutely. Coach K absolutely realized that they weren't going to make the tournament and that they weren't going to succeed. So rather than losing, he just straight up opted out and said, "We have COVID issues."
Yeah. Adaptable strategy, and that's kind of
he knows when to stop. You know what I mean? He's not a guy who's gonna like Rocky, where he's like the shit kicked out, and he stands up and like throwing half-hearted punch. He's like he can accept when he's gonna lose. I guess that's what that means. He's like, hey, we shouldn't fight COVID. You know what I mean? Rules are rules.
That makes me not like my pick though. That theory, but I'm still gonna go with Coach K.
So being compared as like the anti-Rocky is not a big endorsement. But. Oh, man. I think that K's, what Matthew said, kind of sold me the adaptability that we've seen. Like going to West Point, like you get some kind of Army training. I think where some of that comes from.
It's discipline. It's discipline.
And I think that's what's – and again, that's why these guys are so opposite, because I think K is going to come in pretty disciplined, and I think he's pretty familiar with Boeheim, and like he knows what buttons to push. And Boeheim is like he's all passion. He's all fire. And once those buttons get pushed – he's gonna go nuts, and I think that if he goes into that blind rage, he's not thinking about something. He might make a quick mistake, or there's something that K can really get the advantage on by exposing. So I think maybe because I don't think K would be shocked by just like a red-faced Jim Boeheim just like running at him. I think he'd be like, yes, this is what I expected. So I think K would be able to take it. I think that's what I got to go with.
The real answer is who gets more kickbacks from Nike, Boeheim or Coach K?
Definitely Coach K, if we're being honest.
Because Boeheim was the first person I ever saw. He has Nike glasses, and I was like, and I know the coaches get a cut. It's not like illegal, I don't think, but it's funny how like they also get shoes, and I'm like, what do you need the shoes for? You're not fucking playing. And with the military training, because this is me riding the fence right now. I'm still on Boeheim, but I'm trying to feed everyone little points. With Coach K military training, he might pull out the napalm strike whenever, you know what I mean? He's got infantry.
Hit him with a thermite,
yeah. He's gonna call in the dogs, dude.
With all of this information coming together, if their game strategies are telling of their battle strategies, it might be Coach K because he's more decisive and he knows how to adapt, whereas Boeheim, like you said, has kept like the same defense for how many years. So if that's not working for him and he's still not adapting to it, then it might be clear that his headspace not very good, might be losing it a bit. But oh fuck,
It's tough
This
too
is so
because
hard.
it's 2-1 right now. So your pick could really be a deciding factor.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, Nate might only be at half. He seems to really be a Fairweather fan over here.
I'm loyal to Boeheim, but
He's nervous about his pick.
yeah.
I think if they were just duking it out, like just straight punches, then probably Boeheim. But if it was more strategic, I think Coach K would probably win. And I can't imagine that they're just going to stand there and punch each other in the face until someone
Someone falls
passes
over.
away. Like,
Passes would punch them to the death.
Yeah.
so with the military training, the adaptive learning, I think Coach K would probably
We're making
But
Coach
it-
K sound like
yeah.
the Predator.
So Coach K is going
Coach
to win
K
it. Of a
is Chris
score.
Kyle, dude.
Coach K is going to
Coach K is Chris Kyle.
He's a completely trained
he's gonna be
assassin.
like,
Coach K
Wow.
versus John Wick. Coach K might come out. No, so
Coach K
yeah,
might win that.
But I do agree. So Coach K takes the cake as of right now. But if it was a strictly punch for punch till somebody dies, Jim Boeheim would probably take the cake. So we'll lock in our answers.
All right,
3-1
here we
on
go.
Coach K. Vote on that. Hopefully nobody reports us for talking trash about Jim Boeheim or Coach K, and our picture doesn't get taken down on Instagram. this
Instagram
time.
is March Madness deniers.
Maybe they're big Syracuse fans.